Okay, I think I'm going to say hello Facebook or hello friends. I thought I'd video because I'm crap at typing anything English with pronunciations and decent spelling and commas and all the other crap. It's just I type far too quick. I'm very impatient, and it's just I kind of I spell how you say it phonetically. Anyway, subjects about chemtrails. One of my friends keeps saying to me that she doesn't quite understand why the government would hurt its own people. Now, I get what they're saying in the sense of why would you hurt your own? It doesn't make any logical sense. No, it doesn't. But the government don't run and control the world. The corporations and the people who own the corporations, the banking families and all those really rich people of the world run and own and control the world. And all they're worried about is control. They don't care about anything else, who makes the rules. It's just about the control. Okay? It's about making money and having control. Now, the government has done things to us in secret loads of times, and it's under the guise that it's for the greater good. Now, back during the Cold War and the Second World War, in East Anglia where I live, experiments were done on people to see how biological warfare would spread across, across the county, so that if Germany dumped something on us or Russia dumped something on us, our doctors would know how it spread, so we'd have an idea of how to contain it. I get that, and they done experiments with different bugs because I know someone who I work with whose dad was in the experiments because Cardington Hangers, which is in Bedford, was part of the people who were doing the experiment as well as Porton Down, and a lot of people in Norwich, and a lot of people in that county had suffered from similar diseases caused by small microns being inhaled into your lung, supposedly. And this stuff was shrouded in secret, and people had to really dig for the information, and activists had to go out and, and I presume the guy who went out and used the Secrets Act to get the information was probably deemed crazy and insane as well. Like, I have by, not any person on Facebook per se, but in the past I've been called every name under the bloody sun just for thinking outside the box. Because the first time I saw a chemtrail video, I went, what an absolute load of shit, it's a fucking contrail, are you blind? And then I looked at contrail science, and it's all to do with the height, the angle and the temperature. And a contrail shouldn't last for any longer than about 20 minutes. So anyway, people aren't disputing the fact that the technology isn't out there. But the reason why parliamentary acts and statutes and stuff like that have been put into place for weather modification, etc., is because you can use it to control war. They've done it with the Vietnam Wars. Now, to me, right, if you're a corporation that's only interest is profit and growth, they don't care about people. You can grow us. There's millions of slaves. We're slaves. We're goyon. That's what they see us as. We're employees of the corporate entity, the planet Earth. Right? So the more employees there are, the more people who do labour, So they couldn't care less about us on an individual level at all. They couldn't care less about us on any level at all, right? It's all about profit and growth. And if you control the weather, you can then control the food. And if you can control the food, then you can control the people, And also, health, pharmacy, drop the P, pharmacy, You don't make profit from the people. What's the point in making pharmaceutical products if no one's sick? It doesn't make any profit. Where do you think these companies make profit? It would make no logical sense making a drug unless it makes profit. It doesn't make it. You see what I mean? There's a crossover point, and although I would like the world to be, the government isn't corrupt, and the government wouldn't do that behind my back, and the government wouldn't do this behind my back, and corporations don't just do things just for money. It's all about profit and growth, and it's all about control, profit and growth, fundamentally. And, that's why I can't sit here and say, oh, the government wouldn't do that to me, right? Okay, climate change, right? Let's look at climate change. climate change to me is there's no way us as a race would kill this planet off. We'd be dead before this planet would die. We're not that big. We're not that. The planet would live on. There's no way on earth we could kill this planet. It would kill us. You can see it. The bees are dying. The trees are dying. The soil's going acidic. Crop isn't giving as much food as it used to give. 2/3 of the bloody planet's like barren desert, to be fair. It's getting to the point where things are dying off, and it doesn't matter whose fault it is or not ever fault it is. At the end of the day, corporations have got to start taking responsibility for their own doings. You know, at the end of the day, you don't. It's just there's no one to answer for. So a corporation can kill a population of people off, and then no one answers to it. Do you see what I mean? It's like corporations are causing the pollution, the so-called pollution, because of demand from us. We want a certain device, right? So the corporation makes a massive amount of profit at half the cost, and then the people who make it have got a better life because before they didn't have jobs and they didn't have any kind of infrastructure in their land. So now we've give them democracy, and it's just like, at the end of the day, what pisses me off with the human race is I just don't get it right. It's all here. Food grows on the planet and it's free, okay, and it requires sunlight, right? That's free, right? And what happens is weather fronts move around, and water lands onto the food that grows for free, right? That's it. That's life. It's that fucking simple. Food, water, and warmth. 3 things. And us, as human beings, can't even get that right. How can we even start fucking about with all the other things? How can we not get that right? How hard is it? How hard is it? If one of you grows your own food for yourself, you won't be able to do it. You'll die. You wouldn't be able to scavenge enough food from what's out there now. You wouldn't have enough land to be able to grow your own crop. If a group of you grew your own crop together, then you could survive. You know, people go out into the wild to live and think, oh, I live off the fat of the land, right? I'd love to live off the fat of the land, but I haven't got 3 hours to wait for a kettle to boil because I want a cup of tea. You know, that I'd have to trip to India to go and cut the bloody tea leaves down in order to have the cup of tea. If you actually look at it on that level, you know, life, you look at us as human beings, there's some really good inventions that we've made. There's some really good initiative out there and really innovation, should I say, out there that you think, wow, you know, that's a really good idea, right? But we don't take responsibility for our actions. We don't take responsibility for anything. It's all about just, you know, how have we got ourselves into this situation? How? Because we're all greedy and selfish people who only care about ourselves. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, because I'm fucking far from it, but I can't sit here and just say nothing. I've always had a soapbox. I always will have a soapbox, right? But I find it frustrating when, you know, I've watched hours, I've read fucking so many books, I've done so much research, right? I don't start talking and going on about things if I haven't researched things. But I can't always answer a question within 2 sentences on Facebook. I can't do it because it's not always a question that's that easy. I can't always put it into English words, to be honest. I have to vlog, I have to talk about it. But just in general, you know, see, that's my dad's biggest problem, like 9/11. He goes, well, I'm sorry, I can't do that, 9/11. So what's that? He goes, why would they kill their own people? And I went, Dad, look, right, let's give you an example. And he went, what? I said, the American people have run out of oil. They're running out of oil. The government's like, oh my God, we're running out of oil reserves. What are we going to do? We need to go and get oil. Well, we could go and get oil from Iraq. What do you mean go and get oil? Well, we'll go and blow them up, steal their oil. Well, people won't like that. Can you imagine? Government says, well, we run out of oil, we're going to go get some from Iraq, right? We can either blow them up and take it, right? or we can buy it from them, but your gas will go up, be double the price. People would be like, fuck that, wouldn't they? Or we can instigate something that involves hurting a few people, which is absolutely disgusting, and the idea of it actually makes me feel sick, right? Hurt our own people so people react. Problem, reaction, solution. So let's fly some false planes or whatever into the World Trade Centre, for example, and kill a load of people, which is absolutely I just don't understand how any human being could even think of this, but you know, the evidence is just so there, right? And people then react with, oh, go and get them people who've hurt us, right? Let's go and get those people. Okay, well, it's someone in Iraq now, so then we'll go and bomb Iraq and take the oil that we was originally going to do first. But if you'd have turned around and said to the public, we're going to go and bomb Iraq, take the oil, alright, you'd have gone, can't do that. Alright, I'll tell you what we're going to do then. We're going to ask Iraq for the oil, and they're going to sell it at double the price. We don't want it then. Okay, well, guess what? Someone from Iraq's flown into the World Trade Centres and killed loads of us. Go and fucking bomb them. Go and bomb it. The public demand it. Problem, reaction, solution. It happens all the time with everything. So the government won't hesitate. They even, what is it? Is it Pearl Harbor or whatever? One of those ones down there. They've admitted that, you know, they knew someone was going to come and do something, or a bomb was going to, a tea party or something. I don't know. I can't remember the full ins and outs. But there's loads of things like that happen all the time, and it's sickening that you'd think that human beings could think like that, in the sense of, you know, would actually go through with something like that. It's like, why would you hurt other people? Oh yeah, sorry, greed, selfishness. Again, so I can't sit here and say anything else other than that's why I don't trust the government, right? You know, the government is a complete joke. Government. Yeah, right. Peace, love, and light.